Agreed. Moving on, let's cover briefly the fights that happened this weekend, mainly because, look, I don't think any of us really saw all of them, to be honest. I think most of us checked out this weekend. Full disclosure here. For example, the Peter Quillin Alfredo Angulo card. I only watched 2 fights on that card, and I had the rest of it on the background. So, for example, Quillin Alfredo Angulo, I didn't see. I heard it was a good fight. My bad. Did not see it. Thompson Dolome versus Terrell Williams. That was a fun fight. And Dolome won via unanimous decision. And Chris Colbert, a.k.a. Lil B-Hop. My favorite prospects. Right up there with Joe Cordina in terms of like prospects I just fanboy out for. Picked up a dramatic first-round knockout over a long-time veteran Miguel Patron Jr. I think that's a really good matchup. And obviously a great emphatic win in the first round by Chris Colbert. Also, I think Jonathan Cueva picked up a win as well. Again, I didn't watch this fight. A lot of guys picked up wins. A lot of the expected prospects that PBC has. Again, go watch the card on FS1 or Fox Sports app if you haven't seen it yet, or if you don't have those, dailymotion.com. But digressing from that, guys, I know, obviously, Rob, you didn't have access. It wasn't shown in the UK, but I did send some clips of like knockouts and stuff. Fu, I don't know how much you've seen. Thoughts on this card, guys? Anything?
Yeah, shame to see Quillin. Is this the same card, Quillin? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Like that, I think I don't think the passion's there anymore, the drive.
Hasn't been there for a while.
I think that should be over and out now for Quillin. Shame. I think that's what, is it 2 losses? That's it?
Jacob? No. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back. No. Yes, 2 losses now.
Yeah.
And 1 draw.
Yeah. So I think the Jacobs loss was quite a big, seemed to be maybe a turning point because he's been super inactive since. Mm-hmm. But Angulo, I saw a little, report, which I'd already seen, but Heyman TB liked to point it out. But Angulo bowing at the feet of the almighty Al Heyman, thanking him for everything he's done, which is nice because he said along the lines of he's given me way more than I've given in the ring. And
I wouldn't agree with that, though, Angulo. You've given a lot in the ring. I'll say that. I know he doesn't feel like that, but Angulo's been a warrior for a long time, guys.
Yeah, but you don't know what Al's done for him, so that's easy for you to say.
But he's also fought big guys. He's fought Canelo, like he's fought Laura, like he's fought everyone in the division for a long time. I know, but I'm not surprised he made money.
You just don't know what Al's done for him, So I'm just saying.
Stop crapping around because you think you know better than anybody else.
Well said, Bob.
I feel like these no context accounts I've given you a plethora of new gifts to use.
Yeah, I'm soundboarded up.
I'm surprised you haven't thrown any of the new Eddie ones because there's a bunch of new Eddie ones we could do.
I think in the past I have got those clips anyway when they actually happened, clipping them for shows and stuff.
You need the Thursday night boxing one.
Yeah. Yeah, Angulo and Quillin. Who else? Yeah, Chris Colbert. Yeah, I like watching Chris Colbert. He seems to have found the man strength. What else did we have? Who else was another? There was another crazy knockout, right? I thought there was another. Or was that on the Showbox card?
Oh, that was a Showbox. No. There was there's a crazy knockout that was like a left hook over the dome, and it kind of hit the person's glove. The person went face first. That was another PBC FS1 knockout.
Yeah,
that was. I'm assuming
Brandon Lee on the Showtime.
Oh, that's right. Card, right. Yeah, that was good.
The crisp 1-2, like bang bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's let's just say, because look, I was here. Lewis Ritson was knocking out all these no names, and I was on the train. Now I see all you Americans on these trains of all these different people that haven't fought anyone yet. And I'm taking down notes.
That's right. Channel that Eddie. Channel that Eddie.
Wait.
Yeah, Eddie Rant.
Who are you comparing? Who are you comparing to Lewis Ritson here specifically?
I'm just saying. There was a kid. He was 2-0, and he's like, "Oh my god, this kid's the shit."
Who's they? Who's he? Who?
I've just seen it across the Twitter sphere.
But who's the guy? Like I don't know who you're.
Who
You
was
know what I
it?
mean? Like, I need context here. Like I don't know what you're referring to. Who you're referring to? You know, I'm not on that side where like PBC Twitter and Matchman Twitter beef all the time. I don't care enough. I mute all you guys.
I can't remember.
No
It was one of the. It was one of the crazy knockouts.
Okay, it wasn't Chris Colbert, right? You're not comparing like Chris Colbert to
Oh, I know which one you're talking
Lewis
about.
Ritson.
No, it's the other.
No,
the
I'm just
other
saying,
fight you were talking about.
who's-
Oh, the
Uh,
one that left hook over the dome that we can't remember the
Yeah.
guy's name. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, I
just-
can understand that. Great
it's
knockout,
like-
great knockout. Yeah.
Yeah. You go and watch Ritson's knockouts. They were sweet until he
They-
lost. And
they-
then it was, the fucking Lewis Ritson hijack. What a bum. What a bum. Well, let's see. All right, I'm jotting these down. I'm keeping tabs. So as each one gets pinged off, I mean, to be honest, who's Chris Colbert for to really not put him in that category yet?
I mean, he had a stellar amateur career.
Yeah, no, fair one. Yeah, fair one.
I mean,
But
that and also, I mean, he's had actually Miguel Patron Jr. has been a veteran. I mean, he's been in the game for like 40 fights. I mean, let me go through who he's fought.
washed. So he's washed and all.
He's washed, but he's definitely fought people. Like he's definitely fought great competition. He fought Roman Martinez, Gamboa. Who else? It's probably about the most notable names.
Long list. Okay.
Well, it's a bunch of names that like I
Yeah.
vaguely know these guys, but they're B-sides. Like there's a lot of B-sides I remember seeing in like 126 to like 135.
Yeah. But
He's a B-side. He was a great B-side. Great. He was that guy, you know. Ritson, I don't think has he ever fought anyone that fought a world champion?
no, not yet, Matt. No.
You know, like so.
Don't think-
There's differences there.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
But the guy you're talking about, the other guy, yeah. I mean, you can definitely.
The Brandon Lee
Yeah.
and the this and the that.
And also, Ritson isn't a bum. I want to make that point very clear. He just clearly has technical flaws that he needs
he's
to.
bad basic. Yeah, I know.
He's really basic, but I mean, he has good fundamentals. I mean, he has a good base. The fight against Robbie Davis Jr. should be fun. I'm excited to see that fight. And
He's the Sandman.
And also, we've talked about this before, and I think like it always just needs to be restated because I think fans are just really awful people online. I love you guys in the chat, but come on, guys. You guys are really awful human beings at points and times when it comes to
There's a few of them
conversations
that-
about fighters.
Arnaz loved.
But there is 100% a place and a career path for guys like a Ritson, who's probably going to be just a regional guy, occasionally headlines a Friday night card, maybe occasionally gets like a British championship fight here and there. But that's him. You know, the Sam Eggingtons of the world. There's a path for those type of guys, and they make money. You have a long career, and there's legitimacy to that. They're not champions. We're not kind of saying that they're pound for pound greats. They're legends, but they have value, and they have very material value that we can look at and go, yes, they bring X, Y, and Z to the table in terms of the industry, and we need these types of people. So just want to point that out.
Shout out to Sam Eggington, number 5 in the IBF now after his
Ah,
win.
God, ew. Ugh.
What's the matter?
Why?
It's just how
Why?
it
He
works.
beat Rigatoni. Oh, not Rigatoni. He beat
Fiodor Digiligalo.
the Gigolo guy.
Roots. Yeah. Whatever. Juice.
Wasn't that like Jack Black in the movie, right? Am I imagining that? American Gigolo?
No,
No, that was Rob Schneider, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Rob
yeah.
Schneider.
But yeah, no, I didn't get to see much because
terrible comedian
ITV
and
seemed
actor.
to have pulled the plug, or PBC have pulled the plug on ITV showing anything over here. So I've caught clips and bits and bobs and Daily Motion stuff. But I keep asking relevant people, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, I'm not sure what's going on there. But 15 cards a year, 3-year exclusive deal.
Fu, thoughts on the PBC
I just want to
card?
quickly say, I looked back when
Thoughts on the PBC?
just
No,
talking.
no. Go on, Rob. I know you want to rant. We're gonna get into other rants later. Don't worry.
Just a quick, when that ITV deal was announced, I looked down the list of comments and there was just Al Heyman's one. I was like, okay. Yeah, that aged well. Where's the ITV deal?
Moving on.
Al Heyman doesn't even exist. Why are we talking about Al Heyman all the time?
Who the fuck is he talking about?
Aram is so that
What
angry
the fuck
old
are we
white guy.
talking about right now?
PBC on FS1 card, the Quillen and Gulo card. Did you watch it?
Oh, I watched the Colbert fight.
Phil? Okay.
It
It was quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quick, and we'll watch the other one. I want to see the Angulo upset.
I heard it
I
was
mean,
a good fight.
It seems
Yeah.
wild to me. I've heard it's a really good fight, and then I wasn't too interested in the Delorme fight at all. But I mean, I'm a hater. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
So
okay.
yeah.
Thoughts on Chris Colbert?
It was a good cut. It was a good fight. Delorme and I keep forgetting who did he
Terrell,
fight?
Terrell Williams.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Really good fight.
Actually, it was. Yeah. I think the whole card was fun.
Because it was a really good fight with Jesse Vargas on the zone, but everyone seemed to hate that one for some reason. I don't know what that's.
That fight wasn't that entertaining, I would say.
Yeah, it was.
Jesse Vargas, Thomas Delorme?
Yeah, it was fine.
Maybe I need to go back and watch it. I just no.
Yeah, no, it's okay, Matt. You watch him.
I'm
fight
not a
on-
fan of Jesse Vargas, though. You know that. Like, I don't like Jesse
Yeah,
Vargas.
it's fine. I get it.
Anyways,
Jesse
Fu.
Vargas, Delorme, great card to open. Great first American card.
It was a shit card.
Now he's the fucking savior on PBC. FS1.
No one is saying he's the savior on FS1. No one is saying that. Fu. Any thoughts on Chris Colbert? Can we move on? For the love of fucking God.
He's just he's a great talent. It's what that's. I was gonna make this because everyone in the chat, like, this is what the frustrating thing about boxing and fans in general. And in addition to a long laundry list of other fucking things that drive me nuts about fans, but the idea that like someone said, Robbie was on the Fowler train. The idea that now Fowler is like a shit boxer that's, never going to rebound. This is like why boxers don't test themselves early in their career. And you get these guys who fight 40 fights against nobodies to pad their resume. Like the sport is going to do better when people take harder fights earlier in their career and take the losses. Like, it doesn't mean that everyone has to go and say, now that guy's a piece of shit because he has a loss on his record. Like, you want a guy with 20 fights, like a Devin Haney, to fight a Lomachenko. If that's the best fight that can be made in the weight class, you don't want Haney to continue to fight the level of competition that he has for 20 more fights. Like, it's frustrating that, when boxers put themselves in a position to take a loss because they are fighting somebody that's maybe more experienced or is another, like a Dubois versus Gorman. Like, that's a great fight to make. I mean, one of those guys had to take a loss early in their career. It's like, now is Gorman dog shit, or is he going to be able to rebound and prove that he's just as good and he just lost to a better fighter on the night, whatever, it's so frustrating to see how fans talk about boxers. I mean,
I just want to make this point. It's a distinction from criticizing fighters' skill set or technique post-fight. That's completely acceptable. I think that should be,
yes,
that's the norm. That should be happening. If you take a loss, there are reasons you lost. So let's address those reasons that you lost. But it's
the same fans that say the quarterback's shit. It's the same fans that say, how the fuck did he miss that goal? It's the same fans that he missed the fucking slam dunk or what? It's.
Hold on, I like how Rob went all over the place in sports. Look at you, Rob. Look at you.
Like, Rob watches any other sport. It's the same fans that say, like, he could have scored more wickets, but he didn't. Hey, is that a term? That's a cricket term, right?
Yeah, don't try and do that again, please.